Hi everybody, welcome to the extended pick a card reading. I posted this reading on Instagram a few days ago and I really liked it, so I thought I would look into just more of whatever we could find out. So these are pile 1, pile 2, 3, and 4. If you like the reading on Instagram, this will be the extended reading. If you haven't seen that yet, you should go check it out and see if you resonate with any of the piles. And we're gonna dig deeper. Hey guys, welcome to pile 1. These are the cards that I pulled for your Instagram reading. So we're just gonna look at more based on this. So just based on what was in the Instagram reading, I got the sense that, well, first off, I used the Akashic Tarot to look at the energies from a past life. So I got the sense that, you know, you're someone very spiritual. You were kind of preparing for something big. However, you probably did not succeed in your mission, or you didn't meet your goal at that time. Maybe you just didn't have time to learn enough lessons before you transcended completely. So, and with the mandala here, especially with the green symbolizing the heart chakra and love, and all the colors kind of protruding from that, I felt like, you know, you were someone so loving and so compassionate. People came to you for advice. However, you know, you kind of got along with many different people. You shared so much of yourself. However, you just didn't find the true love and togetherness and unity that you were seeking in that particular lifetime. So you may also find that in this lifetime it's pretty similar, where you maybe tend to know a lot of people, meet a lot of people who really value your advice, your judgment. You may also be like a spiritual guide or healer to many. Even if you don't identify with that, you really do inspire people. However, you may be longing for deeper connection and deeper love that you just haven't quite found yet. With death talks about transformation, and temperance often talks about timing and patience. So there's kind of a sense that what you were waiting for, you still haven't found. So it's just, you're getting closer and closer to that stage. So we're gonna pull some more cards just to look at deeper energies here. So I'm using the Chakra Wisdom Tarot, and we're gonna pull some more cards here. Again, you got the Death card. And then the Crown Chakra again with 7 of Swords. Wow, and Crown Chakra again with Lovers. Okay. So in this deck, the Chakra Wisdom deck, each card associates with a particular chakra. So in this case, with the Crown Chakra, that clearly talks about, ascension, mastery, transcendence, self-realization, whatever term you identify with, or whatever, however you resonate with it, that seems like the major theme here. So with the Death card twice, transformation seems like, and I also just realized this is 13, which is also related to death. And then you got 7 and 6, which also add up to 13. So that is really fascinating. If that number kind of holds any special meaning to you, look into that more. You can also Google what the number means for more clarification. So I feel, you know, again, with the Death card coming up twice in your reading so far, we're going to pull more cards, but twice so far, and that's a major, major transformation. Even though it says death, I feel that this is death beyond just the death of the human body. It could mean death of the ego, death of your identity as, you know, limited to a body. I feel like that's really what you're seeking. And, you know, that's a tough journey. I don't know if I've come close to it in many lifetimes, but I've read about it. And, you know, there are many gurus, many yogis that are on this path, and it takes many lifetimes to master. So with the Seven of Swords, I get that perhaps with these two, with the Lovers and the Deception card, that maybe, you know, there was a single person that you felt really attached to, that you couldn't let go of, that you maybe really wanted to be with, and that's what's holding you back. It could also mean that you limit love to only this type of love, of romantic love, because love can mean, you know, beyond just a single person or single feeling. There's so many different expressions of love, and I think that's what you have to master and understand, that love is beyond just a connection with a person, or, you know, like expression to a certain person. So this being a big theme here, it may mean different things to different people. It may mean that there is a romantic love that you are meant to experience before you ascend, or, you know, finally leave the physical incarnation. Maybe you've been trying to run away from it because you've been chasing after this spiritual mastery that maybe you've ignored your other relationships. So this is a chance for you to kind of fulfill your relationships as well. You don't need to run away from it. You don't need to ignore it. You can, the point is that you can be with multiple people yet not be attached. So being with people or being in love doesn't necessarily mean you're attached or bound, you know? And I think that's the lesson you are trying to master, where, you know, the green symbolizing the heart chakra, which is the intersection of both, you know, it's a middle chakra, it's the intersection of the spiritual and the physical. And that's kind of what the base is, understanding that your spiritual path and your worldly path are tied together. You don't have to choose between one or the other. So once you master that sense of love, pure compassion and acceptance and understanding that you're beyond your relationships and you don't need to feel held back by them, and you also don't need to feel that you have to hold yourself back in relationships just because you want to progress spiritually. So I think that's the lesson you're trying to master, particularly with this understanding that there are many different expressions of love, many flavors, many phases, many ways of expressing love, but ultimately all is just love. And with the crown chakra here, this is the final path and lesson you need to learn before you transcend once and for all. So let's look at what comes next. This is the Tantric Dakini Oracle. So I want to look at what energies are kind of influencing you currently based on this journey, based on this we're gonna go with that. Ooh, perfect. You got Ganesha with Lord of Obstacles. It's so perfect because, you know, it's such a good sign that, you know, he's here to clear any obstacles you may face towards the ascension process, towards what you truly desire. With the webs here, I don't know if you can tell, I hope you can see clearly with the webs that, you know, you can have so many different connections. You can have many relationships. You can choose whoever you want to be with. But what matters is that you don't feel that you are held back or defined by them, that you know that you are beyond all that. And this is where you're trying to get to, the center where you're connected to everything. You know, it's the oneness, the connection to everyone and everything. And I feel like this kind of blesses and also reiterates the message that we're seeing in this reading. So let's continue with more cards. I'm going to use the Sacred Destiny Oracle to see what you're currently going through, what themes are currently active in your life based on this past life and this energy. Okay, you have leadership. I'm going to pull one more here. And you have freedom. There you go. So that, again, it keeps reiterating the message that we've seen where, you know, you're meant to transcend all these, and you will. And you have to rise above all these relationships, free yourself from just, you know, bondage or attachment to a person, and understand that you are love beyond your relationships. Your relationships don't define you. So you can, you know, you can be with whoever you want to be. You can have whatever relationships that are needed for you right now, because you have the ability, and you also have the blessing to rise, you know, to be past all that. So don't fear any relationships. Allow people to come to you, because, you know, you do have something of value to provide for them, not in an egotistic way, but in a very powerful way. And, you know, as I mentioned earlier, you're kind of a guide, you're kind of a spiritual mentor to a lot of people, even if that's not your profession, and even if you don't identify with it, you are somebody like that. So in this lifetime, you have the blessing to heal all your relationships, to bring love and peace in all your relationships, and ultimately also transcend them. So let's pull a few more tarot cards. I'm using the Ostara tarot deck here. Ace of Cups. Two of Swords, oh no, Two of Wands, sorry. Eight of Swords, Two of Swords, and 5 of Swords. Very interesting. So with Ace of Cups, you know, this is talking about celebration and relationships and love, you know, a new cycle of love that is starting for you. 2 of Wands indicates that, you know, potentially you may feel like you've seen everything and you just want more than what you've seen so far. You're searching for something more than what you have known. However, you're feeling kind of trapped, not knowing which way to go. Do you choose the spiritual side and kind of let go of your relationships, or do you choose your relationships and kind of ignore your spiritual path? Kind of that's the dilemma that you're facing, not knowing which sword to draw, which way to go. So, you know, you're just holding off from making this decision at this time, and possibly you're not able to move forward because you just don't know how to go through with this. And this may also be a source of like a trigger for you, or some kind of stress, or feeling like a sense of defeat, feeling like you can't really move one way or another because you just don't know what to do. Do you choose, maybe you feel that you need to sacrifice one or the other, so you don't know which way to move. So let's see what advice comes up for you. I'm using the Universal Waite. This is the mini tarot. It comes in a cute little tin and I really love it. So let's clarify the tarot cards. Oh, it did not flip. Okay, you got Ace of Swords on Ace of Cups, 3 of Swords on 2 of Wands, 9 of Wands, Page of Cups, and 9 of Cups. So having, you know, aces in a reading, to me signifies luck. I think in general it does too for tarot, not just for me, but it's very lucky to have aces in a reading, and you got 2 and you also got them on top of each other. So I think, you know, this is a very auspicious sign for you, because I think there is a lot of help available, and you have to know that you can start over whenever you want. You can change your life at any time. Just because you think you have made a certain decision does not mean you're limited to it. You know, when you decide you want to move forward, or you want to revisit something, or, you know, whatever it is you decide to do, you can do that whenever you want. You're not limited. So this is asking for you to really embrace love, and especially new relationships, and not just new relationship in terms of new people, but also new types of relationships, because you don't necessarily need to have a label on what a relationship is. You know, you can just connect deeply with people and not, I mean, not, you know, even if they're not your family, even if they're not your significant other or a friend, you can connect deeply with whomever you want. So that is what this is saying, to not hold yourself back and know that you are worthy and deserving at any time of changing your mind and making new connections. So with this, you know, maybe you felt like you've searched for so much. You've seen the whole world already. There's nothing left for you. You know, you may have a feeling like that, you know, just nothing's going to work out. But that's not true, because, that's just your mind trying to play tricks on you. And our mind does that. Our mind has a negativity bias. Our mind gets more attached to things that are, painful or toxic. So that's kind of what is happening. Your mind is keeping you trapped. Your thoughts are kind of holding you back from really experiencing so much love and beauty that is available to you, but you've just been scared to kind of let go and move forward. And you maybe find yourself, debating which way is right, which way is wrong, kind of overthinking, trying to convince yourself you're doing the right thing. But really, ultimately, it's this, you can start over at any time in your life. So let go and move forward, because when you finally decide to move, when you walk away from this dilemma you're facing, possibilities will open up for you. And like I said, with relationships, you don't have to put a label on it. You can just simply open up and connect with people that, even if it's for a short time, or even if it's for, a long time, when you meet someone or when you're with someone, don't have any expectations on where that is going, what you're supposed to, what's the label here? What's the reason here? Don't worry about all that. Just be in the moment, connect with someone, be there for them, maybe listen to them, and if there's something you feel like sharing about yourself, go ahead and share that, but don't hold yourself back anymore. With the Nine of Cups on top of the Five of Swords, I think you're going to conquer your fears. You may feel like, you feel triggered. You may feel like you just don't want to move forward anymore. You're done. I feel like I'm too broken or too hurt to move forward. That's not true at all, because there's so much that you have attained, especially in terms of wisdom, and also in terms of empathy and compassion, and love, these life lessons. There's so much depth within you that you have attained so far, and it's really important for you to share this with others, because I think others will really benefit from this too. So that's all for your reading, Pile 1. I hope you enjoyed that. We'll see you again next time. Hello, Pile 2. Welcome to your extended reading. If you haven't checked it out already, you can go on Instagram and check out the Karmic Energy reading. And this is Pile 2. You may want to look at other piles to see if something resonates more, but here is the extended reading. So with this pile, initially I got the sense that, you were creating something amazing. You were on, you were a seeker. You were on a threshold of a major discovery or a revolution, but you didn't get to see it through, because you could have kind of abruptly passed away, you had to just move on or something. Whatever the case is, you didn't get to, there was something you deeply desired that didn't come to fruition. You didn't get to see the success of it. You didn't get to see the manifestation of it. And you had kind of passed away before then. So with the blue and the purple, these are the higher chakra. So this is the throat, third eye, and crown chakra colors that, talk about something beyond something beyond worldly. It's like you were trying to manifest something very original and unique that was not seen, or not not known. You were kind of like an inventor, or something like that, where you were trying to create something that had not ever been seen or discovered before. And you didn't get to see it through. You were looking for it, looking and looking, and then you ended up kind of like moving on. So with the blue in your reading, there's a little bit of blue here, but there's a lot of blue in these two kind of the main cards, where whatever you've discovered in your past life is not truly gone. All the work we do, all that we seek and we express in our past lives are never really gone. They're stored in the Akashic records, and Akasha ether, which is the element of the throat chakra. So, the higher chakras coming through very strongly, the throat chakra especially coming through strongly in your reading. So let's pull some more cards to understand kind of more about this past life. I'm using the Chakra Wisdom Tarot here. So let's see what comes up. You have the Fool, Knight of Cups, and Seven of Wands. Interesting. So you do have the blue coming up with the throat chakra again. So, and it kind of being in the center, I feel that it's talking about that being the central theme. So with the blue and the Knight of Cups, again, I feel that it's something you're seeking. You were so close to it. And maybe, you were kind of called to enlist or something like that, or you met with an accident or something abrupt where you had an obligation that made you turn away from whatever this work is that you were seeking. It could be anything. This could be work. It could be like a discovery, an ideology type of discovery. It could be an invention. It could be a place you were seeking, or some sort of treasure or whatever it is. So it can mean anything, but it was something that meant a lot to you. In that lifetime, I felt, held a lot of deep meaning to you. It really defined who you were as a person. So, I think maybe separating from that was really kind of sad for you, very traumatic. So in this lifetime, you may also feel that this sense of you're looking for something but you don't really know what. So with the Fool card, with the root chakra, it's asking you to get in touch with this. And in order for you to get in touch with what this means, you kind of have to maybe take a risk, take some leaps, try some new things you haven't tried before, and just see where you're being called. Like, don't limit yourself to one particular idea or anything that, don't define yourself by something singular. Look past that, look for more. And also, this past life may have made you feel like, you're seeking something without knowing what it is. So you may tend to be, a dreamer or someone who fantasizes a lot in this lifetime, because you don't really know what it is you're seeking. So this is asking you to really ground yourself to this reality, to this life, to your duties and obligations, and yet keep, you know, have your mind open, have your heart open to trying something new. Don't be stuck in your fantasies. With this Seven of Wands being the crown chakra, I feel like, you know, it's kind of, you may feel yourself like being, like, in a way, seduced by your own mind, seduced by your own fantasies that don't really have much practical, you know, essence to them. So see how you can take what you dream of, what you desire, and manifest that in a practical way. And there are no rules for how you want to live your life and manifest that, whatever you are seeking. So don't hold yourself back from, you know, exploring something new, or just trying something, or just being yourself, you know. Just don't get lost in it. Don't get lost in your mind. What is also important to see here is this, you know, the throat chakra kind of reinforces this message, and it's in the middle. This is the root chakra and the crown chakra. So it's talking about this whole journey for you in this lifetime where, you know, understand that you'll keep moving forward. So make the best of what you have. But, you know, move forward and manifest what you truly desire, but in the physical realm. Don't get lost in just your dreams or your, you know, kind of fantasy desires, of just imagining what could be or what you may find, but make that a reality, because in that process, with kind of the range of chakras being present here without directly, you know, being here, you really could make that happen. You really could find what it is you are seeking in your mind or in your fantasy or desires, but it'll actually be something tangible. It'll no longer just be in your mind. You may actually find that in this lifetime. So let's see what energies are at play for you in this lifetime. Okay, take that one. You have a survival. Okay. So I get the sense that, you know, with this card, you, in this past lifetime where you were so close to wanting something, but it was maybe taken away from you, or you were taken away from it, there's a tendency for you to get lost in your head, to survive, to feel like, you know, there's something to look forward to, or whatever you're not seeking in your real life, you tend to maybe visualize it in your head or fantasize it as a means of survival. Just wanting desperately to have that sense of satisfaction, that feeling of, you know, finally achieving something or accomplishing something, or finding something you were so longing for, and you kind of just tend to have it all in your mind. So that's kind of how, from this past lifetime, that energy is still carrying over to this lifetime, because you tend to kind of just, you know, search for it in a dreamy sense, but not practically in real life. So let's see what can help you in this lifetime, or what themes are at play in this lifetime that will help you either transcend these energies or kind of help you find what you are seeking for. Okay, this is really funny because the other pile one got the same deck and I just shuffled it again. So pile one literally got the same 2 cards here. So if you can, you feel that pile one also resonates, you can feel free to check that out. Again, with the blue coming up and the sky and the ether, perhaps, you would really benefit from an Akashic record reading, or kind of looking into your past life. I think it'll give you a sense of closure or freedom, to understand why you feel the way you do, why you tend to have certain, like these survival mechanisms or certain patterns that are just so prevalent in your life or in your mind. The reason for that, why they exist, where they come from. And I think sometimes even just understanding it helps you transcend it. Like even without really knowing the full details, even just the basic understanding of, oh, I'm this way because of this memory. And then it gives your brain kind of closure, like, because your brain only looks at what is in front of you, right? Like, and its experience so far, you're not consciously aware of whatever else is affecting you internally. So consciously bringing those patterns or whatever those feelings or memories are to your conscious awareness, it will really help you move forward. So if you're struggling with, a lot of maybe like insomnia or kind of fantasy, daydreaming type of thing, or kind of this sense of longing where you're just seeking and seeking, but you can't really, you feel like you're missing something, but you can't find it at all. It'll give you a sense of closure to have an Akashic record reading. So that's something you may want to look into, because that may also be not only freeing for you, but I think it may also open up other paths for you where you can take ownership, you can take leadership of your own path forward without being defined by, what's in your past or whatever is like not consciously affecting you anymore. So that I think will be really helpful for you. So let's pull some more cards. We're gonna pull some tarot and see some advice for this lifetime, how things are playing out, how this is affecting you. Okay, so you've got the Hangman. Sorry, I'm gonna push this up a little. Ten of Pentacles, Nine of Wands, Ace of Pentacles. This up a little. And Four of Pentacles. Right. So with the Hangman, it's this theme of, feeling stuck in your fantasies, it could also be your fears, but being stuck in your mind and not having the proper perspective of what is in front of you, kind of maybe being ruled by like either fearful thoughts or even a sense of fantasizing that no longer serves you anymore. So it's important for you to move on from that and actually focus on the material as well, because there is abundance around you. There is so much, there are resources available, there's so much wisdom that is available to you. So make sure to reach out for all those things. Be resourceful, you know, see where you can get help, or see what answers you can find for yourself. So, and this is also talking about maybe not, again, being held back by what is irrational and not really, you know, something that really won't affect you ultimately, but you're letting it be a big thing in your mind. So again, take that step forward, you know, even if it's a simple thing that you want to start, or just whatever you're dreaming about and these ideas that you have, take one small step towards making that a reality. No matter how far-fetched it may seem, you can always bring it down to, like, you know, the next step forward. Maybe your next step is to do some research on it, or maybe find some actual physical evidence, or even just understand that, okay, maybe this is not the time for, you know, whatever I'm seeking to happen, so I'm going to just focus on what is in front of me, so as to not lose the opportunities that are just so available for you right now. You know, like all the resources that you have, opportunities that you have, and the potential there is in front of you. Don't miss out on that because you're too fearful of what might happen, or you're feeling held back by something that is not playing out in reality. So let's pull some clarifiers and see what comes up. I'm using the Universal Waite Tarot. Okay, I'm gonna start there. Queen of Cups, the Magician, the Fool again, Six of Swords, and Judgment. With these two cards, with the Queen of Cups and Hangman, that's, you know, it's talking about you feeling either overwhelmed by what you want to accomplish in your dreams, or kind of getting too lost in what could be, or, you know, all these like potentials and possibilities and fantasies, but not really taking any concrete action. So that, you know, there's so much available to you right now, so much help, so many resources, so much like potential in your immediate reality. You know, you don't have to go looking too far for it either. It's available at your fingertips. So this is asking you to pick up that wand and manifest. So you have all the resources that you need, and you have an abundance of them. So don't hold yourself back from taking action in the material realm. And all these fearful thoughts that are bothering you, let them go. Let them go at, you know, take a step. Like, despite them existing, despite your fears existing, you can still take a step forward. You don't have to be completely confident, completely free, or you know what I mean? Like, you can still be two things at once. You can be scared and bold at the same time. You can be, you know, you can be insecure and confident at the same time. It depends on what you identify with. So if you give in too much to your fears, to your mind and all these thoughts, then they're always gonna be there, right? They're never gonna go away. You have to take a step, like physically take a step in front of you to walk away from these. So I think, even though this is a challenge for you, you're going to do that. You're going to take that step. You're gonna start little by little and move forward where you're supposed to go. So as for your past, or as for whatever you feel that, you haven't done enough or you're not doing, it's all in the past. Literally 5 minutes ago is in the past. So at every moment, you have a choice to let that go and make better choices. You can't undo what you've done in the past, right? Like you can't change what has already happened, but you can, going forward, like in the present moment, take a step to do something that you truly want, or like is a true reflection of you, or is a true desire. So empower yourself with that, letting go of, don't spend too much in your mind. Your mind doesn't own you, you own your mind. So don't hold yourself back from anything. Move forward with confidence, with faith that you will find answers. You will find the freedom to, really do whatever you want to do and empower yourself. So yeah, if an Akashic record reading resonates with you, I suggest you reach out and, to someone who actually does Akashic readings, to see if there are more answers that you can find there, and actively work on being in the present moment, and not being in your mind as much. So that's it for you, Pile 2. I hope you like that. We'll see you next time. Hello, Pile 3. Welcome to your reading. This was the sweetest of the readings that I did, for the Instagram. The energy here was just so sweet. There's something that in one of your past lives you really longed for, something that held a lot of, space in your heart, something you loved very much. It could be a person, it could be a relationship, it could be some type of dream, or job, or place you wanted to move to, something that you were so close to manifesting that, or meeting that, but you weren't able to see this fulfilled. And these cards are assuring you that whatever you've kind of wished for in a past life and worked on will come to fruition in this lifetime. So in this lifetime, it's possible that some of you may have this sense of, excitement, or, sorry, getting over a cough. This, a sense of just excitement and joy, knowing that there's something meant for you, something is coming, but you haven't really seen that in this lifetime. Maybe you don't even know what it is. So you've kind of been maybe feeling impatient, or feeling like, will this ever happen? Like, why do I want this so much? Like, why am I going after something that isn't meant for me? Or, those types of feelings. You might feel really frustrated and kind of pessimistic about something that really genuinely brings you so much joy and excitement. So let's take a closer look at what this could be. I'm using my Chakra Wisdom Tarot. have the Four of Swords, Four of Coins, and Ten of Cups. So you have 2 heart chakra cards and 1 sacral chakra card. Solar plexus chakra card. This is really beautiful. I really feel that this has to do with a partner. If not a partner, this has to do with like a very big dream for you. Something that you've been wanting to manifest for a long time, something you truly cherish, and maybe so far, you haven't really known the path forward or which way to go, but it will happen sooner or later. So, with the 2 heart cards, again, it's kind of validating the message that, this, whatever this deep wish is, holds a lot of space in your heart. So this will be different for each person. If a relationship is what you've longed for, then this is what the cards or this energy will translate to. If this is something, like a business or some opportunity you've wanted to manifest, it will manifest, that will manifest as well. And so this is kind of asking you, you've already done the work required in a past life, so don't push this too hard. You'll know when the time comes what action to take, but if there's something that you feel such a longing for it, but you feel so confused and you don't know which way to go, you're not finding answers, everything you seem to try is failing, just take a step back, because it will happen. And the catch here is that you've already done this work in a different lifetime. So there's not much you can do in this lifetime to really influence this outcome, because it's already destined to happen. It's already destined to happen. So, just focus on what's in front of you. When the time comes, you will know what to do and you will take that step forward. And I think more than anything, whatever you have already manifested and longed for, that will find you. That opportunity or that person will find you. So nothing to do for you, but really just to wait. Another thing is that you have 444 here, and you also have 2 4s in your reading. So, 4 is the number of manifestation and, the angels. So, and kind of the worldly, kind of manifesting in the worldly sense. So, whatever you want will happen in reality. It's not just in your head. So just take a little rest, take a breather, just go on with your life, and what is meant for you will find you without fail. So let's take a deeper look into what energy this is really referring to, or what is at play from the past lifetime into this lifetime. Ooh. Okay, so you got 2 cards that fell through. You have 34, burning bush, lineage tree, and then you have Maya, how she spins. So, with this, even like you could have been an ancestor in a past life. So perhaps the work that you have done, you are benefiting from already without you clearly knowing that, whatever you have longed for, it may already be in front of you, but you're not aware of it just yet. So in time, this will become very clear. And I like how there's a rainbow here. I think rainbows are just the most beautiful, auspicious, and the most powerful symbols that you can think of. So for me, this is a really powerful card that talks about, you may feel like this is all in your mind, that whatever you're longing for cannot be found. Oh, it's just from a past life, it'll never happen, or whatever those negative thoughts are. Not true, because there is something very magical, beautiful. There's a play of, destiny here, and like serendipity that will bring this opportunity, this person, whatever this longing is, this wish, this desire of yours, it will come to you in the physical realm as well. It's not just in your mind. So like I get the sense that, it'll come when this happens, it'll be kind of a flash, it'll be kind of an epiphany, and you'll be like, separated from this Maya immediately, where you'll just find clarity, you'll find fulfillment, satisfaction, and like a breath of relief that, finally, like, this wasn't in my head, like, this was happening, it's coming. So all your fears, all these things where you feel that, maybe you're being irrational, that's not true. It's, even if it's still in your mind, it's still destined to happen in your physical reality. So don't lose faith. I don't even think I need to say that to you. I think you already know that, but the journey could be a little tough for you. You may just find yourself kind of at times just, wanting to just leave everything, or just, not worry about this or let this go, because just the longing for it, the impatience of it, waiting for this for so long has just made you a little bitter. But you're so close. Just hang in there. It'll come through. So let's look at the Sacred Destiny Oracle to see what... Okay, you know what? This card flipped over. This card just fell down, and while I was flipping through the deck, it also opened up. So I'm gonna take that card, and also I think it's very relevant because it says trust, because what you want is coming and happening. So let's see if another card pops out. If one doesn't pop out, then I'm just gonna take this. Okay, here we go. It did pop out. Okay. Potential. So it's kind of validating what we've already looked at, right? That trust in these deep desires that you have, this, and this is a desire that brings you joy when you think of it, and you feel worthy of it. You don't, it's not like a fantasy where you're just, dreaming of something that has no way of manifesting in this life. That's not what this is referring to. This is referring to something very deep that you desire, that actually has a pathway of manifestation in this life. And even if you don't believe that it will manifest, it will. So if you felt that you've been waiting for a partner for so long, or you've been waiting for your business to take off, or some idea to come through, or, for something to make sense, something you've been seeking for a long time, this is saying that there's potential for this to happen. and trust that it will happen. And I think the key here is also this Four Swords card that talks about like rest and relaxation, meditation, kind of rejuvenation, those types of things, because sometimes pushing something, I'm sorry, you guys, I'm getting over a cough. Pushing something will not really make it go faster, but letting it go sometimes and just doing you, just not giving it too much attention, just taking care of yourself and actually being in a state of peace and calm where you can actually receive what is coming will make that thing come quicker, because you are more ready to receive it than you were in the past, than you were when you were trying to push this to happen. So that's what these cards are saying, that believe it will happen, and rest in that knowing, trust, and be peaceful in that knowing, because whatever this is, it's something that really, it makes you happy. It really brings you joy. So, you know, be with that feeling of just happiness and joy. So let's pull some more tarot to see how this will play out in this lifetime. So I'm using my Ostara tarot deck. It's a little beat up because I use it a lot, but I love it so much. Four of Wands, Page of Wands, the Lovers, Knight of Pentacles, and Ten of Cups again. So it's interesting because you had Four of Swords, Four of Coins, and then you got Four of Wands here, and then you have 444 here. So you have 444 in your reading twice. So this is just absolutely lovely. I think, you know, if for many seeing this definitely has to do with a relationship, with a partner. And if it's, you know, if that's not it at all, it could be something like that just holds a really deep sense of fulfillment. It could be like, you know, the other half that you were seeking all along. It could be a partnership. It could be just some type of like activity or hobby or like some entrepreneurial pursuit, or, you know, something that just goes with you, that is just such a deep part of you. It's just made just for you. It's meant just for you. That's what's coming. So with the Four of Wands, it was just so beautiful that it just echoed everything that we talked about. Stability, contentment, happiness, safety. So, and this is really knowing that, again, you know, to reiterate again and again, that what you truly are seeking, what you desire, is meant to happen in this lifetime. It's not a fantasy, it's real, and it will happen. And it could be something maybe you try not to think about too much, because it's something that you don't even know how this will play out. You don't even see the possibility of this happening. But it's something that, when you think of it, just brings you so much, like, just joy, peace, and excitement. Just this feeling that, oh my God, I'm supposed to have this, of course, like it's meant for me. But maybe because of your fears, because of maybe you try to tell yourself this is a fantasy that will never happen, and you kind of ignore it and don't move forward with it. Not true at all, because this is meant for you. Whatever you are seeking, you know, there's a quote by Rumi, whatever you are seeking is also seeking you, you know, sort of paraphrasing, but it's coming for you. The reason you long for it is because it is meant to find you. And don't be embarrassed or somehow set back by that longing because, or feeling that, it's just not true, or finding the need to find proof to defend that longing. Don't worry about all that, because it is so meant for you and it will find you. Even if you don't believe it, it will find you. And this is talking about, the fact that maybe it has taken a really long time in your life to manifest, kind of a slow and steady progress. But when it comes through, 10 of Cups and 10 of Cups, when it comes through, it will. There's no stopping it, no matter what barriers you put up against it, it will happen. And what the cards are also telling you is that you don't really need to do anything other than be ready to receive this. Even if you don't trust it, even if you don't believe it, when it comes, just receive it. That's all you have to do. It's coming. That's it. So let's look at some clarifiers. I'm using the Universal Waite, the mini cards. So we're gonna look at some clarifiers. Nine of Swords on the Four of Wands, the Sun, Four of Swords again, King of Swords, and the Devil. Okay. So everything here is reiterating the message of, your fears, and anxiety, and your fear that you're not worthy of this, or your fear that this won't happen, or that somehow, this is all in my mind and it doesn't exist. That's what is kind of maybe holding this back, or pushing you. Not really, you won't miss this ever, but because you're just so caught up in your own mind, you're not able to see this clearly, because this thing that you cherish so much and you hold so dear, it brings you so much joy, so much happiness, and it's meant to do that in real life too, even though you feel it in your heart when you think of it and it's coming, even though you may want to ignore that. It will bring you so much happiness and freedom and fulfillment and success. There's no stopping it. So whatever is, you have Maya, you have the Devil card, and you have this Nine of Swords, which talks about anxieties and fears, but especially fears are those thoughts that don't exist, that don't hold any, real weight or meaning in your life. So just let it go. It's okay if you feel that way. It's really okay that, you go through ups and downs and you feel that way, but move on from it, move forward from it. And, because it'll come. No, you don't have to do anything to receive it. You just have to be at peace. So self-care is a big theme here. If you're having fears, if you're just doubting this, really just take care of yourself, do what you need to kind of restore that sense of faith and happiness within you. Self-care, exercise, meditate, eat healthy, just focus on yourself and your body and your work and your life and your whatever is in front of you. Focus on that, and focus on joy as well. Like, there are things you have to do in your life, right, that may not be so joyful, but focus on what else you can do to bring that sense of joy for yourself. So even though you might feel that it's taking a long time, when it manifests, when it finally comes, you will see why it had to take so long. And kind of, I think you'll realize that, oh my God, I was being led to this whole time and I wasn't even aware of it, you know? So trust the process, trust the journey, whatever lessons are playing out for you right now, trust in that. And maybe this hasn't manifested yet because there will be, you know, a time in the near future where, or whenever it is in the future, where you will be more ready to receive it. Because maybe there are lessons that need to play out. Maybe there's things that you are meant to achieve and learn. And you will realize that when you finally meet this person or meet this opportunity that you are seeking, and, you know, you'll realize like, oh my God, I had to go through all this that prepared me for this exact moment. So trust the journey, trust that you will get whatever you are dreaming of, whatever you are seeking. And if you pick this pile and you feel that this resonates, then that's further validation that whatever you are longing for is meant for you and will find you no matter what. So good luck with that, and thank you for watching. Hi Pile 4, welcome to your reading, your extended reading, I should say. The Instagram reading was just so powerful that I just had to look more into it. I thought it would be fun, and we've done 3 piles so far and they've all been amazing. So let's see what more comes out with you. So just as a quick recap, it's on Instagram, but for this pile, you were such a visionary, you were such a manifester, and this doesn't have to be a tangible object. This could be like an idea or a concept or something that you had manifested, but you didn't get to see it come to fruition in your past life. This is also something that was perhaps like revolutionary. It would have really changed the course of human evolution or economic progression. It would have really disrupted the status quo at that time. So but you didn't get to see that happen. You had this vision, you were just so close to it, and maybe you had already created a concept, but you didn't get to see it come through fully or see the actual changes of it, or results of it, that sort of thing. So with this mandala, what's fascinating is how the colors kind of go root to crown, outward, projecting from the center. And I feel that that is the kind of journey that you had in that lifetime, where you manifested, like bottom to top and top to bottom, where not only did you have the vision of it, you also knew how to create it and make that a reality. And you also were able to implement whatever action or progress that was needed to make this vision a reality. You could have been like, an inventor or something like that. It could be anything. It could translate very differently. You could even have been a healer for all we know, where you maybe devised a type of healing or a type of would have been revolutionary, but you didn't get to see that happen. So let's see how in this lifetime this energy is playing out for you. So I'm going to use my Chakra Wisdom Tarot deck to look a little deeper into the energies that are playing out from that lifetime. Okay, I did see a card hop, so okay. We're gonna go from there. So you have Page of Coins, Judgment, and Knight of Wands. So with this, you know, it's talking about this journey. You had, you know, some sort of idea or something that it could have been a potential for something, a concept, a small something. It could have been something that started out really small, like a tool or, you know, a certain design that, you know, like a blueprint almost, that could have manifested into something really revolutionary and amazing. And perhaps there was, you know, some jealousy from other people around you, or someone didn't want to see it through. You know, anything, but I think the key here is that you didn't get to see it happen because, you know, you moved on to another life. There was just so much against you, that it could have been timing, it could have been people, it could have just been the technology at that time that really was not in your favor. So you were not able to manifest that completely in this lifetime, in that lifetime, this particular past lifetime. So, you know, maybe that sense of seeking, that sense that, you know, you want to make something happen, you want to make revolutionary change, you want to do something of value, of importance, you know, you want to be something, be someone. That energy is still kind of carried over in this lifetime. And we're kind of seeing like the upper chakras here. We're seeing, you know, the heart chakra green, and then we're seeing throat and crown. So it's something that, even though I find that you have a lot more in your reading than just what is shown here. I'm only pulling 3 cards, but the potential here is a lot. And the energies that have translated over have maybe had you feeling kind of restless, kind of impatient, that, you know, you want something, you have to make it happen. You kind of, maybe you know what it is, maybe you don't, but you're having trouble manifesting something because you're just not clear on what it is and you don't have the answers yet. So let's see what more influence there is from that lifetime that is playing out in this one. Ooh, one popped out. You have the chameleon. See, this and this kind of go together for me. All the colors here and the different pathways and patterns and, you know, the possibilities that could be. And with the chameleon, you know, it's like that's so much could be possible. I'm trying to find the right words here, but I think it'll come through maybe when we pull some more cards. But to me, this is talking about you kind of making yourself adaptable, and knowing that even though there may be multiple sides of you and you don't know how it all comes together, it's uniquely you. You have these skills, these experiences, all that you are, I feel, is so diverse. You may feel kind of, like you're like somehow so different from everybody, and maybe feeling, not understood, feeling left out or invisible, feeling like you don't belong. You may have that sense because there just is no one else like you. And that's what this is talking about, because what you hold within you is just so unique and so broad and diverse that you may feel you may feel like an outsider, you may feel alone. Like you're almost never gonna belong, or maybe I think in a way, the more you try to blend in, the more you stand out. So you may also be people who are kind of like popular, even if, like a lot of people know you, a lot of people look up to you, even if they don't like you, they look up to you, and they are kind of, I think, intimidated by you, and I think confused by how you have so much, yet there's still more to learn about you, or you know what I mean? I feel that people are often kind of somehow confused, intimidated, and just fascinated by you. Combination of all that. So here's one that came out. We're gonna pull another one. This is to look at advice for you in this lifetime. What specifically would this reading advice for you in this lifetime? So you got an extra card that came out with this one, which talks about taking risks, stand still, and change. So you may find that, like I feel like a lot of you guys are feeling this, like even if there are changes, even if you have taken risks, you've done so much, you maybe feel that, why am I not able to move forward? Why am I not able to progress? Because there's this energy of impatience and restlessness that's playing out from your past life. I think it's more important in this lifetime to understand that you don't need to do something to be valued. You don't need to prove that you are worthy of existing. Okay? Or you don't have to show your value by doing something revolutionary or like life-changing. You don't, just as you are, you're perfect. Okay? And I think you need to come to that realization within you, which will be very healthy for you, and will help you progress forward as well, because you won't feel held back by your own mind and by your own, these past life patterns that are really caught deeply within you. You won't feel held back by that anymore. So keep doing what you're doing, by taking risks and by creating change that you want and flowing with the change, but also make time for this standstill where you just embrace who you are. You just be in the moment, just enjoy doing nothing or not having anything important to do, because honestly, that's something that is so underrated these days and undervalued, because people think that oh my God, I have to be working to prove myself. I have to make a name for myself. I have to, you know, have all these like, you know, things on my resume to show that I'm worthy and I matter. And, you know, it's not untrue, but this is also true, that you don't really need to prove your worth or value to anybody. And you matter just by existing. So in a way, you know, I think in this lifetime, you worked so hard to make something happen. And in this lifetime, you're asked to like know that, you know, even though you've done so much, you don't really have to do that all over again to show your worth. You don't have to be working hard. You don't have to be, you know, starting revolutions to matter, because you can be yourself. And I think you may actually bring about that revolution, or, you know, whatever you are seeking, simply by being yourself, by chilling and focusing on what is in front of you, you know? So let's see what more comes up, because I do feel like there's more here. So I'm using my Ostara tarot deck for to just kind of clarify this reading more. You have Temperance, the Tower again, Judgment again, Seven of Wands. You have, no, you have Page, never mind. I thought you had Seven of Wands again. And Wheel of Fortune. Excuse me, guys, I'm getting over a cough, so. Okay. Wow. So you have 4 major arcanas in that, in the tarot I just pulled out, which is amazing. And you also had one here, you had an ace here, and you also had a major arcana there. So this is really powerful. So this is talking about, you know, you kind of waiting to make that, to do that thing you've always wanted to do, or to like find your path, find your purpose, to make a name, like find what fulfills you, to feel valued. You've waited for that for so long. And I feel that, you know, going along with what I had said here, you have such a wide range of skills and hobbies, and there's just so much to you. You're just not limited to, you know, a box. You're so unique. You're so you. And, you know, I feel that all that will make sense soon. You know, there's an aspect of destiny here. And there's also a sense that, you know, there's more that is not coming up in this reading. Like the specifics are not coming up in this reading, because it will come up for you in your life. So whatever you are waiting for, it will come to fruition. I'm sorry, it will come to fruition. I know you just have to be patient, which is something you probably don't want to hear right now, but it will happen. Because see, you've done so much of this work in a past life, and whatever happened in this past lifetime, you know, I feel that there was a sense of, you know, whether it's jealousy or whether it's you being too powerful, and somehow like maybe you didn't know how to get along with other people because of your power, or other people didn't know how to get along with you because of your power. There's a little bit of power imbalance that maybe has made you feel kind of alone or left out, you know, like kind of like, you know, when you're the boss and all your employees want to go out and have fun, but you don't want to be the boss ruining stuff, you know, so you just kind of stay out of it. So, but then other people, you miss out, you know, you feel like, oh, I just want to belong. So, or it's this sense that, you know, you were such a powerful person, you had so much responsibility that no one could really be there for you the way you wanted them to be, or, you know, something like that, where it just, you didn't find your people or what you truly longed for, because, you know, it was maybe your own intelligence, your own like power that just people didn't know how to handle you. But I don't think it's something you have to worry about. I think it's something that, you know, you're just gonna have to accept that you are powerful, and that it's okay if others don't understand you. They don't have to, you know, you can be whatever you want to be without trying to justify that, without trying to make excuses for it, or to even prove yourself to anybody. You don't have to do that. So let's look at some clarifiers and see what comes up for you for this tarot. Sorry, the table's shaking. Okay. Have the Page of Swords, Wheel of Fortune again, Justice, the Hangman, and Page of Pentacles. So lots of pages here. You had, you know, Page of Rods, Page of Coins, you got the Page of Swords, and the Page of Pentacles. So Page of, you know, Pentacles and Coins, that's the same thing. So you got those twice. Wow, the only one you're missing is Page of Cups, and I don't see any other Cups cards. Okay, so I think with the pages, it's talking about, you know, the potential or this idea of seeking, looking for something, but not really able to find it, you know, around you. However, I think, you know, what you have to understand is that some of the greatest ideas start out very small. Or, you know, I think your ultimate lesson here is to not take things, is to understand that, you know, there's so much power and size, like size is not guarantee of power. I think even if you look at yourself, right, maybe you've felt that you've had to somehow prove yourself to other people. But in reality, you know, if you look at yourself, there's probably much more you know than the other person you're trying to prove yourself to, but you don't give yourself any credit. And maybe the other person that you are thinking of in such high regard may actually just not know anything and they're just faking it. Or even the other way, where you may not value somebody as much because, you know, maybe they don't speak, or maybe they just don't have whatever, like a college degree or, you know, accomplishments the same way that you do. But it doesn't mean that their value is any less. So I think what this is asking you to do is to honor everything with equal value. You know, whatever you come across, just honor it for what it is without without looking for too much or kind of ignoring what it is. I think that's what will really help you to kind of sometimes take a step back and to just observe, and not really make judgments that, you know, like knowing that your judgment could change. We all tend to judge, right? It's natural. We tend to just, it's the thing we do, like that's how our mind works. But try not to limit yourself to that. Allow for possibilities, allow for what could be. So this is talking about, you know, something you've really been waiting for, waiting to happen. This is talking about not giving into your fears, or especially to do with your own power and your own value. Know that you matter. No matter what you are doing, you matter. So be patient with yourself and enjoy the journey that is in front of you right now. Because miracles can happen at any time. Your life could shift so quickly and so abruptly. You maybe didn't even see it coming, or maybe you won't see it coming. Like, you know, miracles happen so much, and you got 3 more major arcana on top of the 4 major arcana you already had. So this is so big. Like, I think, you know, there's so much here that I haven't even covered. And this reading especially is so like powerful and broad that I think, you know, even an hour later, I won't be able to really tell you what the energies that are coming through here. So try not to be too judgmental of people or experiences, or even of yourself. You know, do what brings you joy at that present moment. Do what is right. Do the task that is directly in front of you, but don't overthink it. Let it go. And here, again, it's asking you to really embrace all your little quirks. You know, you guys are so talented, but also so kind of unexpected and unique. You know, you just, there's so many skills that you have that really are just so unique, and other people may not understand, but you do you, and you keep going forward, and keep learning. That's what this is asking you. Don't think that just, you know, you've peaked somewhere and now that's it. Like, you don't have to be good or bad or at anything. You know, you can just do something for fun, and just not overthink that. So that's what this is asking you, to just keep seeking whatever, you know, you're searching for, but kind of pull yourself back from the judgment of it, or attaching yourself to that particular experience or thought or person, and to be kind of fluid and keep moving forward. Because I think one of the other themes that are kind of like didn't strongly, you know, come up, but is there, is this, you know, you have 2 towers, 2 Wheel of Fortunes, and 2 Judgment. That's all talking about changes, and, you know, it's magnified with this card here. It just talks about cycles and change, and, you know, the what's it called, like the fact that nothing ever stays the same, you know, like everything is subject to death and decay. I can't, that word is like at the tip of my tongue, but I can't think of it, but it's not coming out. But anyway, you know, that the change can happen so quickly and abruptly that you just have to learn to move with it. So don't get too attached. Find your own peace within you, your own sense of stillness and rejuvenation, whatever's within you, and keep keep going with the flow, because I think you are destined to experience a lot of just like fated changes, you know, like fated shifts that will happen for you without really you trying too much. You just have to, once that change is handed to you, you just have to figure out what to do with it. That's all. You don't need to go looking for it. You will be prepared for it when it comes, you know? So yeah, pile 4, this was so powerful. I know I did not do this justice, but if you come up with any other messages here that I might have missed, feel free to share it with me. I would love to hear that. And I would love to hear your thoughts on how this reading was for, you know, how it resonated with you. So that's all for today. Take care, pile 4. Sending you much love.